Hi there! Welcome to Apple World. Today is beloved Snoop Day. See you. He battled for his life when we as a whole realize he didn't make it happen yet. He got to go through this and make all his mother hair dark, yet this. How would you feel having been on the opposite side of circumstances like this? I'm going to the studio to cause. Bounce to do frantic. I will make you genuine distraught for how you all treating my homeboy. You and Thier exhaust you realize Snoop Dogg appearance. Up at a medical clinic where Tup pockets lying wiped out you on. Understand what an image is that after Tupac died, everybody had an assessment on about how he went yet. That's what the most unusual thing is. It has required 27 years for current realities to at last show signs of life. Tupac's passing totally overturned the rap business. The capture of keys. On September 29 that the whole rap world accepted this would mean the demise of it, and that we found Tupac's executioner. Albeit this isn't the truth, both Snoop Dogg and Diddy have been vigorously connected, and it seems as though Snoop could be cut down as a result of it since Tupac has died on September 7, 1996. He was in Las Vegas, Nevada, to go to the Bruce Seldon vs. Mike Tyson boxing session at the MGM Excellent Gambling Club, as well as to recognize the birthday of his business partner Tracy Daniel Robinson. This was the point at which the circumstance heightened. Somebody in their gathering spotted Orlando child Path Anderson, a Southside Compton, in the hall, where the match was being held. The individual who spotted him blamed him for greeting him in a shopping center and endeavoring to take his chain, which had a Death Row Records emblem on it. Seems to be child Path got the beating of his life that evening. Soon after this, Tupac Shakur got back to his in-hall, got changed, and gone back out with Sud Knight as a component of the greater guard to his Death Row Club 662 in a dark BMW 750 illegal vehicle. Then at around 11:00 ppm, they were without further ado pulled over for being clearly furthermore unpalatable, and the absence of tags on the vehicle. Then not long after this, at 11:15 p.m. was the point at which a white late-model Cadillac vehicle with 4 entryways moved toward the BMW's traveler. Side shots were discharged rapidly into the vehicle as a hand out of nowhere, risen up out of the window. Tack was shot multiple times, twice in the chest and once in the thigh. Once in the arm and once in the right lung. Just shrapnel hit A.S. Knight, and he even talked about the night it happened a long time after I actually got the projectile in my mind. It's still there, however. Attempting to get him to the clinic didn't make me understand that I was shot. Because normally, when you have a chance in the head, the principal thing the individual does is alarm. And you realize, bam, I'm shot in the head. I'm going to pass on, and when you do that, you can't drive. My entire thing was PX. He was shot. I'm similar to you. I'm driving, letting him know I'm going to get to the clinic. Pac took a gander at me and said, you understand what you want to specialists more than me. You need to sparkle your head back to Snoop Dogg discussions about the amount he detests Sue Knight for quite a while, despite the fact that Snoop Dogg was contracted to Death Row Records. Sue Knight ran. The two couldn't stand each other's organization. False impressions oftentimes happened, which at long last came about in a years-long quarrel. This thus caused a fight with Tupac, and he even talked about the night Tupac had a chance he was still in a quarrel with him on the Full Send digital broadcast. I heard a Steve saying, did you offer him different guidance that evening on where to go? I didn't offer him any guidance. We weren't really appreciating both perspectives, so saying that during the Tyson battle, better believe it. This is the S that I'm clearing up for you. Currently was the day preceding that, alright, so when they got to Vegas, they went the way I returned. I mean, when we got to La, they went to Vegas and I returned home. That is the reason I wasn't in the vehicle. I wasn't in that frame of mind with them in light of the fact that normally, in the event that you see the photos around that time, it's all me, Pac, and she, everything is us three. Us three after the New York trip. That is the point at which it was simply them two, which is crazy when you think about it as envisioned. Snoop Dogg was in that vehicle too. He might have effortlessly been hit as well, and not with us today. For some time currently fans have been parted with regards to the Snoop Dogg in the Tupac circumstance, with numerous well-known posts like Snoop fundamentally developed. Tupac was acting like a youngster and needed to engage with a wide range of show and wound up dead by it. Snoop was essential, was riding with. I think Snoop maintained that every one of them should be companions, yet the manner in which the meet went, He couldn't, and I think he wished it went different, like he said they generally used to snoop around Snoop Dogg. At last gave some knowledge into how the extended fight finished in a 2016 meeting with the Morning Meal Club. Snoop Dogg talked about how he and Sue Knight had finished their years-long quarrel. When he got some information about how things were with Knight, he had a bothered demeanor all over and expressed genuine cool. We had a long 3-4 hour discussion one time when I saw him. I was somewhat slipping, doing what I shouldn't have been doing, and he stood up behind me. On second thought of me responding the incorrect way, I just went into my standard mode and I'm going to rest up. Boo aside, me and you can go higher up and meet, and we caught up on the latest on some genuine love. Snoop Dogg likewise referenced that Tupac appeared to get extraordinary treatment from Sue Knight, probably as he was the treasure trove on the mark, which Snoop found rather odd. He additionally expressed, had another person been the president of Death Toss Records, at the time things would have gone more smooth among him and Tupac. For those of you that may not definitely know, Suge Knight has figured out how to get a web recording from prison called Gather, called with S. Knight, and in one of the episodes, he proceeded to uncover Snoop Dogg to say he and Michael Harris is accomplishing something altogether that lets you know a ton of I'm frustrated in that. Since opposing that you need for me, you'll in any case be in jail doing life, you pivot and you send you accomplices up this man, nether one of you all got death row, purchased death row, or bought death row. I burned through $6 million on that K to ensure he didn't get life, and F consistently went to preliminary, and those folks needed to come affirm against it. It was 100 P and bloods out there standing FR that flopped to stroll past. You can see the two perspectives as Sue Knight kept Snoop Dogg from being in prison by giving him a legitimate group. However, at that point, you can't be pungent that your own decisions drove you to imprison until the end of your life while you bungled a portion of $1 billion real estate because of your own self-image. Before we go any further into the video, do you all believe it's probably Snoop Dogg could confront some prison time in connection to Tupac's passing? Remark down under one of the greater cases which doesn't agree with fans is when Snoop Dogg said in a meeting from a couple of years back, he loathed Tupac's Hit 'Em Up diss melody designated at Biggie, as it was an exceptionally fraudulent assertion. In any event, when he played Hit Him Up, the tune I could have done without the melody, did no doubt. Did you feel like it was correct I could have done without it, as I could have done without this, like it wasn't like the to me, like it was getting you purchased? Saying more issues Q like you're purchasing issues. Criminals are wherever they make them all over, and I think when he got with us, he got to the psyche to express that we are no doubt and ain't no one like us. That is the fundamental justification for this. Snoop was known for dropping a plate in that equivalent period, and, surprisingly, Tupac hit him up. Such an extremely long time ago, in 995 or 1996, Snoop was making diverts against Big Deal and Puffy with Pac. However, presently, out of nowhere, hitting him up is a terrible thing. Skull emoticon, haha, I had every suspicion in the world. I saw him at the Place of Blues shaking in front of an audience with Pac when they hit him up, thinking emoticon. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.